What's happening in the world of innovation and culture? We've got a rapid-fire update that you absolutely do not want to miss. From unexpected financial maneuvers in the sports arena to critical conversations sparking in urban landscapes, and even a deep dive into artistic legacies and the cutting edge of personal productivity, this is your essential download of the moments shaping our future. Buckle up, because the news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. Stick around for the stories that matter, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss a beat. First up, a major development in the transfer market has just landed. A significant offer has reportedly been declined, signaling a strong stance from one club and raising questions about player movement and team strategy. We're diving deep into the figures and the implications for all parties involved. Then, we shift gears to a city grappling with crucial safety concerns. The urgent calls for better infrastructure and cyclist protection are growing louder following tragic events. We'll explore the ongoing dialogue and the proposed solutions aimed at making streets safer for everyone. And in a fascinating intersection of art and history, we're visiting a landmark celebrating a legendary composer. Get ready for an inside look at a special event that opens doors to cultural heritage and creative inspiration. Plus, we're uncovering how cutting-edge AI is being used to conquer procrastination and bring order to daily life. You won't want to miss these insights. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Transfer market shakeup, Augsburg stands firm. Augsburg has reportedly turned down a substantial €22 million offer from Stuttgart for the talented player Claude-Maurice. This firm stance from Augsburg highlights their commitment to retaining key assets and signals a potentially competitive landscape for player acquisitions. The substantial sum indicates Claude-Maurice's perceived value in the market, making this decision a significant talking point. Stuttgart, looking to bolster their squad, will now need to reassess their strategy and explore alternative targets or significantly increase their bid. This development raises questions about Augsburg's long-term plans and their willingness to invest in their current roster versus cashing in on valuable players. The club's decision could set a precedent for future negotiations, emphasizing the growing financial power and strategic decision-making within football clubs. The market's reaction and potential follow-up offers will be closely watched as the transfer window progresses. This move underscores the high stakes and strategic depth involved in modern football transfers, where player value is constantly being reevaluated against team objectives and financial capabilities. It's a clear message from Augsburg. Claude-Maurice is not on the market at this price, and they are prepared to build around their existing talent. But the action doesn't stop in the sports world. Stay with us as we pivot to a vital conversation about urban safety and community advocacy. New Orleans cyclists demand safer streets on St. Claude Avenue. In the vibrant, yet sometimes perilous, landscape of New Orleans, a critical conversation is unfolding regarding the safety of cyclists. Recent tragic events, including the deaths of 2 cyclists on St. Claude Avenue in August, have amplified long-standing calls for improved bike safety infrastructure. Michael Adam Millam, a 36-year-old bartender, was killed in a hit-and-run incident on St. Claude Avenue, a road known for its heavy traffic and historical challenges for cyclists. His death, followed by another fatality later that month, has galvanized advocacy groups like Critical Mass NOLA and Bike Easy to push for immediate action. Organizers like Eric Gabriel of Critical Mass NOLA have highlighted the inadequacy of current painted bike lanes, often obstructed by idling vehicles, and the general feeling of peril cyclists face on this state-managed highway. The city of New Orleans, while actively working to expand its bike infrastructure, now over 150 miles, a significant increase from pre-Hurricane Katrina levels, faces an apparent contradiction. Cycling is increasingly popular, with the city boasting a high percentage of bike commuters among southern cities, yet safety on key routes remains a serious concern. Laura Harris from Bike Easy notes that many friends have abandoned cycling due to safety fears, especially in an era of larger vehicles. City officials attribute an increase in crashes partly to more cyclists and reduced traffic enforcement post-pandemic, while also coordinating efforts on infrastructure, enforcement, and education. The New Orleans City Council has requested a traffic study for St. Claude Avenue from the State Department of Transportation and Development, which is planned. Engineers acknowledge the complexity, citing high daily car traffic, essential truck routes, and the existing mix of pedestrians and cyclists, but express confidence in finding engineering solutions. These could range from protected bike lanes to median bike paths and improved intersections. The push for protected or separated bike lanes is a central demand, offering a greater sense of security that could attract more casual riders. As the city continues to invest in projects like the Lafitte Greenway and plans for a centralized bikeway, the urgency to address high-risk corridors like St. Claude Avenue is undeniable. The recent fatalities have served as a stark reminder that while cycling is growing, ensuring the safety of those who choose this mode of transport is paramount. Prepare to step back in time and immerse yourself in the world of a musical genius. We're heading to a special architectural site that celebrates a legendary composer's origins. Journées de l'Architecture 2025, a visit to the birthplace of Claude-Debussy. The Journées Nationales de l'Architecture are set to return on October 18 and 19, 2025, transforming Paris and the Île-de-France region into a vibrant hub for architectural exploration. This annual event invites the public, from seasoned experts to the merely curious, to discover the rich tapestry of the built environment through a diverse array of activities, many of which are offered free of charge. This year, a particularly poignant destination is on the itinerary: the Maison natale Claude-Debussy in Saint-Germain-en-Laye, 78, the childhood home of the revolutionary composer. This 17th-century house, designated a Maison des Illustres, House of Illustrious People, offers a unique glimpse into the early life of Claude Debussy, whose innovative musical compositions profoundly influenced classical music and laid the groundwork for 20th-century experimentalism. The museum houses a significant portion of its collections dedicated to Debussy, featuring personal objects, sources of inspiration, family mementos, photographs, and musical scores. Visitors can explore the house's original layout, which includes two main buildings connected by a striking wooden baluster staircase dating back to 1680, a feature listed as a historic monument. The house itself has a fascinating history, having adapted its architecture over centuries to accommodate domestic, commercial, and rental uses, offering a tangible connection to different eras, from the Renaissance to the mid-19th century, when the Debussy family operated an earthenware store within its walls. For those planning a visit, it is essential to note that reservations are required. The Journées de l'Architecture aims to demystify architecture, making it accessible through guided tour, family workshops, and engaging encounters with architects. The Maison natale Claude Debussy, as the only preserved historic house in its area open to the public, provides an intimate setting to understand the context that shaped one of music's most influential figures. It's an opportunity not only to appreciate Debussy's legacy, but also to experience the architectural heritage of a bygone era, preserved and presented for the modern visitor. This event promises a weekend filled with cultural discovery, celebrating both artistic heritage and the ongoing evolution of architectural design. From the echoes of classical music, we're jumping into the future of personal productivity. Get ready to see how AI is revolutionizing daily routines. AI Overhaul: How ChatGPT and Claude Conquered My Procrastination. For many, artificial intelligence tools like ChatGPT are primarily for drafting emails or debugging code. But for Lena, a 27-year-old marketer based in Austin, Texas, these AI models evolved into something far more transformative: a comprehensive system designed to structure her entire life. By integrating ChatGPT with Claude's language model, using Gemini chatbot for validation, and leveraging insights from Perplexity and DeepSeek, Lena discovered a powerful pathway to break free from a cycle of late nights, skipped meals, and missed deadlines. This wasn't about AI replacing personal willpower. It was about strategically removing the friction points that often lead to procrastination. Lena's challenge wasn't a lack of motivation, but rather a struggle to manage competing demands, freelance projects, fitness goals, and evening classes without an effective organizational system. This often resulted in a default state of chaos, where meals became haphazard snacks, sleep was irregular, and procrastination became the norm. The turning point came one evening when she crafted her first structured prompt. She provided context about her daily routine, including 5 key tasks, gym time, meals, and a goal of 7 hours of sleep. Her request was to build a schedule with dedicated blocks for deep work, breaks, and meals, formatted as a table detailing time, task, and notes. She then used Claude to rewrite these tasks into clear, actionable steps and Gemini to validate potential time conflicts. Within minutes, Lena had a realistic and achievable plan, and for the first time, she consistently followed it. The key to her sustained success was repetition. By saving her most useful prompts and tagging them as favorites, Lena built a personal mini-library of essential workflows, including morning setup, weekly review, and sleep reset. This allowed her to reuse these prompts daily without the mental overhead of re-strategizing. What previously felt like overwhelming procrastination was reframed into efficient execution. Lena eventually migrated her workflow to Chatrix AI, a platform that enhanced her AI-driven system. During a back-to-school campaign, her first month on the platform cost only $12.50, significantly less than her previous spending on late-night takeout. The platform's built-in prompt library offered pre-tested and categorized stacks for business, education, and health, which Lena adapted for her needs, such as using the Wellness Planner for meal structuring and focus session to block distractions. Users have reported that this library significantly saves time, especially with the tagging and favorites features that allow prompt saving without rewriting. The core of Lena's success lies in the synergy between AI's organizational power and her ability to refine and reuse prompts. She detailed a complex weekly schedule prompt that involved ChatGPT for the initial structure, Claude for action steps, Gemini for deadline validation, Perplexity for meal prep resources, and DeepSeek for optimizing work-life balance. After 3 weeks of using this structured approach, Lena noticed not just improvements in sleep and diet, but a profound absence of guilt. The constant cycle of scrolling and postponing tasks like, "I'll start after lunch," or "just one more episode," vanished because the decision points were eliminated by her AI-generated roadmap. A favorite morning prompt, designed to prioritize 6 tasks and 2 personal goals into achievable blocks with realistic time estimates, was saved as Morning Reset in her Chatrix workspace, allowing instant activation. This combination of automation and structure didn't make her superhuman. It simply removed the excuses that fueled her procrastination. The habit of "I'll do it later" was replaced with "I already started." For Lena, procrastination transformed from a perceived personality trait into a habit that was finally outgrown, proving that systems, not just willpower, can lead to lasting change. From conquering your daily to-do list with AI, we're wrapping up the biggest stories of the week. Stay tuned for a quick recap. And that's a wrap on today's essential updates. We saw Augsburg make a bold move in the transfer market, turning down a major offer. In New Orleans, the urgent call for safer cycling streets is growing louder after recent tragedies. We took a trip to celebrate the legacy of Claude-Debussy at his birthplace during the Journées de l'Architecture. And finally, we learned how AI is becoming a powerful tool to combat procrastination and bring structure to our lives. Don't miss out on future insights. Hit that like button, subscribe to ChatGPT Insights, ring the notification bell, share your thoughts in the comments, and follow us on all our social channels for more. See you next time.